Have you ever experienced a coincidence so striking it felt like the universe was sending you a message? It feels as though the universe seemed to conspire in your favor? Those serendipitous events that defy logic and leave you in awe. Welcome to the world of synchronicities. These meaningful coincidences go beyond mere chance. They hold profound insights into our lives. First, we will talk about the psychology of synchronicities, and then we'll delve deep into the realm of quantum entanglement and the science aspect of synchronicities, and how this peculiar phenomenon of particle pairing might actually be at play in our own lives, connecting us across distances and experiences. At the end, we will give you 5 fascinating tips to tap into your own collective unconscious, to heighten your awareness of the synchronicities all around you. What are synchronicities? Synchronicities are those mystical moments when the universe reaches out and touches us. They manifest as uncanny coincidences when the timing of events seems too perfect to be random. According to renowned Swiss psychologist Carl Jung, synchronicities are not accidents. They're meaningful connections that provide glimpses into our existence. He explored this concept extensively. Let's connect the dots. Carl Jung believed that synchronicities arise from our unconscious. Hidden thoughts, desires, and emotions shape our experiences. When we pay attention to these events, they guide us towards self-discovery and personal growth. Jung said that synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see. Our deepest fears, desires, and beliefs reside in the unconscious. Synchronicities communicate with us through symbolism and meaningful coincidences. By being open to their messages, we gain valuable insights. Rumi said that your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Quantum entanglement. Imagine 2 particles that become intertwined in such a way that the state of one immediately affects the state of the other, no matter the distance, near or far. Now, think about a connection you've had with someone where you knew exactly what they were going to say or felt their emotions as if they were your own. Could it be that we too are entangled with the people in our lives, influencing each other's experiences? Quantum entanglement occurs when 2 or more particles become correlated in such a way that their quantum states are intertwined, even when they are separated by vast distances. The state of one particle directly influences the state of the others, regardless of the physical separation. In 1935, Albert Einstein, Boris Podolsky, and Nathan Rosen proposed the EPR paradox, hence the acronym EPR. The EPR paradox was a thought experiment. Imagine you have 2 magic coins that are linked together in a special way. Whenever you flip one coin, the other coin will always land the same way, even if you're in your bedroom and the other coin is in another room. This sounds pretty weird, right? Well, the EPR paradox suggests that particles show that these magic coin particles could talk to each other instantly, no matter how far apart they were. This talking would be instantaneous. Einstein thought that couldn't be right because nothing should be able to go faster than light, which was the fastest thing he knew. They thought the puzzle showed that the story of quantum mechanics wasn't finished, and there had to be more pieces to the puzzle. Many years later, a man named John Bell came up with a special math question called Bell's theorem that would help people figure out if Einstein was right or if the rules of quantum mechanics were right about particles. When scientists did experiments with particles, they found out that the rules of quantum mechanics were actually telling the truth. Particles could really affect each other magically, just like the magic coins, no matter how far apart they were. Even though the idea sounded as strange as a fairy tale, scientists learned that the world of tiny particles is full of magical surprises, and this strange magic has actually helped people find new ways to make cool things like safer messages on computers and new kinds of computers that can think really fast. So the EPR paradox was a very important puzzle that helped us learn a lot about the magical world that's too small to see. They invoked the term spooky action at a distance to describe this phenomenon. Synchronicities also have quantum dimensions. Quantum physics reveals that everything in the universe is interconnected through quantum entanglement. Now, let's see if we can bring this all together. When science and psychology of synchronicity co-mingle. Synchronicity is a term coined by the psychologist Carl Jung, which refers to meaningful coincidences that occur with no apparent causal relationship, yet seem to be meaningfully related. It is considered more of a psychological or philosophical concept rather than scientific, since it is not empirically testable or based on deductive reasoning grounded in physical laws. Have you ever thought of someone and then suddenly they called you on the phone? Or maybe you were singing a song in your head and then you heard it on the radio. These surprising little moments are like a game of hide and seek where two things match up perfectly and you didn't plan it. Collective unconscious understands how science and human psychology might explain the synchronicities we encounter. This concept goes beyond the personal unconscious. Jung believed that there's an additional layer that is universal and not shaped by personal experience. Imagine an inherited part of your psyche that you're born with. It's not developed from your personal experiences, but rather from the experiences of our ancestors. Synchronicities serve as divine bridges between our inner experiences and the outer world. An example of Jung's famous scarab beetle incident illustrates this connection when a patient's dream of a golden beetle coincided with a real scarab beetle knocking on his window. The collective unconscious provides a backdrop for synchronicities, revealing mystical glimpses of meaningful connections beyond mere chance. Imagine you have a built-in app that comes pre-installed in your brain when you're born. This app has certain programs called archetypes. These are like psychological instincts or patterns that shape how we experience the world. They manifest in our dreams, myths, and stories that run in the background and influence our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in ways you may not be fully aware of. Every human shares this app and its basic functions, although how it shows up in each person can differ slightly based on their own personal experiences and the culture they are part of. Carl Jung called this library the collective unconscious. It's like a magical place inside all of us that has the same kind of thoughts and feelings, like a secret code we were born knowing. He said that it is shared among all humans due to our shared ancestral past. Scientists and people who study the mind think maybe these synchronicities happen because everything in the library of the collective unconscious is connected, like how roots are connected under a tree. So, when you bump into these strange coincidences, it's like finding a hidden path that links your secret inner library to the real world outside. It's not magic, but it's a fun and mysterious part of life that makes you wonder how everything is so connected. 5 tips to tap into your collective unconscious involves exploring the depths of your psyche and connecting with universal archetypes. Here are some steps to help you on this journey. Self-reflection and awareness. Pay attention to your dreams and recurring thoughts. By heightening our awareness and being open to receiving signs and guidance from the universe, we can better recognize and appreciate synchronicities when they manifest. Journal your experiences and emotions. Look for patterns and symbols that resonate with you. Explore symbolism and mythology. Dive into mythology, folklore, and ancient stories. These narratives often contain archetypal themes. Consider the symbolism of animals, elements like water or fire, and numbers. Explore archetypes. Study Carl Jung's work on archetypes. Reflect on your personal experiences related to archetypal figures, like the hero, the wise old man, or the shadow. Creative expression. Engage in creative activities, writing, painting, music, or dance. Allow your intuition to guide you. Express what emerges from your subconscious. Meditation and intention. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Quiet your mind to access deeper layers of consciousness. Set clear intentions, and aligning our thoughts with our desires can increase the likelihood of synchronicities occurring. Dream analysis. Keep a dream journal. Analyze recurring symbols and themes. Dreams often provide glimpses into the collective unconscious. Remember, this journey is deeply personal. Trust your intuition, be patient, and allow the mysteries of your inner world to unfold. Before we close, I leave you with this enlightening quote from the mystic poet Rumi. Live life as if everything is rigged in your favor. This approach guides us to find magic in the ordinary, strength in the connections we forge, and the courage to follow the breadcrumbs of synchronicity laid out before us. Thank you for joining me on this magical journey. Carry these lessons into your life and watch as the extraordinary unfolds. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more content that bridges the gap between science and the soul. Until next time, embrace the magic around you.